Welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer Show. This is a show where we talk about stuff, play you some music, and encourage you to be creative. This season, we are exploring the art of being human. We want to say thank you to our patrons who support us each month. If you want to know more about that, visit us on patreon.com/Chasing Ebenezer. For more information about our musical endeavors, visit chasingebenezer.com. We hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer Show. I'm Benjamin, and this is Heidi, and that's Higgins. We've nicknamed your cane that you bring out for fun.
I found this.
Yeah, where did you find it? I need to know more. Where did you find it?
I found this by the dumpster in our old apartment. And I mean, come on. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous rabbit cane. Look at the carvings on it. I mean, how could you leave this? So I cleaned it off, and then I got this hat that kind of like goes with it.
It goes with it.
So that so I can just like have my own little birthday party whenever I feel like it. And I say, Mr. Higgins.
Yep.
And I don't want to feel embarrassed at all.
No, you shouldn't. I just realized that the thing has like yellow colored eyes.
I know.
I just now noticed that.
I know. How could you leave this by the dumpster?
No,
Well, clearly someone didn't throw it away, which is great. They left it for me. They just knew I was going to be at the dumpster.
It must have been the Mad Hatter.
What's the Mad Hatter? Do.
You're
My
awesome.
friend Carrie, we went to her birthday party, and so I had Mr. Higgins, and then I was like, I have to wear a hat too. I'll take it off so you can take me seriously from now on, though.
I am in no way embarrassed of you, so it is all good.
So that's part of being human, is just being ridiculously stupid.
You're
Sometimes.
not stupid. Ridiculous sometimes, but not stupid.
Sometimes ridiculous. Yes, that's a better way to say it. Ridiculous. So
other than your cool hat and your
my rabbit cane.
Your rabbit cane, what are you excited about?
That seems like a lot already. That seems like a ton. I'm not excited about the hat hair that now I've achieved for all of you.
That's my favorite thing about being bald. It really is. I can wear hats, I cannot wear hats, and no one knows the difference.
Okay, I'm excited about the book I'm reading from my book club, Virgil Wander by Leif Engel. Is that how you say his name? Sorry, Leif, if I said it wrong. Great book. I'm loving it so far.
Okay. I actually need to start reading it.
Yeah, so. We got a book club in a couple weeks. You gotta read it, dude. Or maybe you won't be able to attend. Unless you wear my hat and bring the rabbit cane, then you...
I don't think this is me.
Don't be embarrassed.
Oh, you saved Higgins.
I saved Higgins. All right. What are you excited about?
I'm excited.
Other than our kittens.
Other than our kittens, which that'll be like for the next 6 months.
Episode.
I am excited about... so you know that we're recording a full-length album and all those things, but there's a couple little other... I mean, we're aware that that's going to take a little while to get done. So we've got a few other little things that we're going to be talking about, but I'm excited about some of the other little creative projects I've been working on.
Oh, yeah, and we will have actual CDs back in stock by our Christmas shows. Mm-hmm. So we have a couple of those in December. So we will have... and
we're going to have beanies.
Beanies.
Chasing Ebenezer beanies. Which, for me...
You're the beanie man.
I'm the beanie man. I call them hipster toupees. They're great.
I feel like I need one right now. Nah. Good gravy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm excited about. What about feeling your humanity?
Pinched nerve.
My
thumb has been numb for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Makes it very difficult. I think it's a pinched nerve, or it's like something's messed up in my muscle. I'm not sure. So it's kind of a pain. Makes it difficult.
It's kind of a pain, yeah.
It's kind of a pain.
Yeah, quite literally.
But.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
You don't think you're human this week?
No, I know I'm human. I think that, I guess the main thing is that I have been feeling, because we've had the kittens, my sleep schedule, and I'm a fan of sleep. I'm such a fan. Like, I think napping should be required for everyone. But I've been having, because my sleep rhythm's gotten off, I have felt a little just off.
You said that in the last episode.
I did?
You said, yeah. That was how you were feeling your humanity.
Oh.
I think that's what you said.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, pause.
You can think of another one.
Think of another one.
Or you can just be repetitive. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Mr. Higgins will allow it.
Yeah, I think that...
It's just that much.
That's that much. So much so I just...
That's all right.
That's the main thing I've
It's like
noticed.
you underlined that, highlighted it in your life.
Well, okay. Well, let me back up then. I did notice, like, once we got our kittens, like, as I've shared, like, I've been struggling with depression, a major uptick in my mood. Oh man, I was soaring, but then, I started to get crashes again.
Oh, so you didn't cancel your next therapy appointment.
No, I didn't. And I was like, oh, do I really need therapy? Maybe all I needed was a cat. And I'm like, nope. Nope. And I knew that probably wasn't going to be the case.
It's a nice little buffer.
So anyway, they're a good buffer. But anyway, so what we're going to be talking about today, we get to talk about control. So.
Is it good or bad? And how does it relate to humanity and our creativity?
Yep. Here we go.
As Benjamin's sitting down, you'll notice I had to get another hat on because I couldn't handle the hair that was happening, and hopefully for your sake, it's a better situation.
You look cute either way to me, so I'm good.
Thank you. But it was a little out of control. Oh!
I just realized that. I saw it. You did it.
Control.
And that was not even planned, I
didn't
promise.
even plan that
Good job.
one.
Good job.
Yeah, I wanted to control what you think of me and my hair.
So speaking of control, when do you notice that what are situations that you feel like you need to control, or what are situations where you feel very comfortable not being in control?
Okay, well, if I feel responsible for something, then I want to control, keep things under control. If I'm on a time crunch, I want to control it. But if I'm not in charge, or I'm not on a time crunch, I can be like a little bit more go with the flow.
Okay.
That's just a couple things I'm thinking of.
Yeah. If I'm in a meeting and I'm not in charge of said meeting, I usually lean back and relax. And if it's like, because like there's meetings where it's a big group of people, and it's meetings where there's small groups of people. If it's small groups of people, I still feel a little bit of responsibility because I feel like I have a piece of that puzzle. But if I'm kind of mainly chiming in on occasion, then I'm pretty chill. When I'm controlling, I'm finding so many. This is one area where I'm realizing, wow, I am far more controlling than I think, because I don't like to be controlled. I don't like being told what to do.
Most people don't.
I don't like being, I usually have reflexes. If I feel like someone's trying to control me, I usually get a little defensive because I think, of course, I don't struggle with that, but I really do.
Well, I think I don't know if I realize it, but I think maybe what you've observed maybe, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is if there's, okay, let's back up. Control or like chaos, or like things can either be like super controlled or so chaotic. So when something's chaotic that I can't control, I'll tend to like try to find control in other areas that I can control. It's not necessarily bad. It can be a good thing. Like, what can I have control over that's good and healthy? But then there's other times, if I'm feeling chaotic, then I can try to control things that I shouldn't be. So they kind of, I feel like
That's what happens with you?
I don't know. I'm trying to assess.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you told me that. Or maybe I've observed it in other people.
Yeah. I think for me, it's more of I control to avert what I perceive as a potential disaster to my life. So I've shared this before, I'm sure, where someone calls and says, hey, Ben, we need to have a meeting. Could we get together and have coffee and talk about a few things? You want to get my heart rate going through the roof?
And not tell them why you want to meet.
Oh my gosh. And then it's like, what's the meeting about? Am I in trouble? What did I do? Just tell me now.
We can talk when we meet.
I've done this. Oh man. And then it's like, because it's not because I want to like keep things from coming out or anything like that, but it's more of like, I just want to be emotionally prepared if something bad's going to happen. So I do try to control that because I don't like being surprised in that way. I really don't. Yeah. That's one area where I see it really come up for me is in those kind of things. It's more, I'll get responsible if chaos is happening, but it's not because I feel like it's going to consume me. It's more of like I'm concerned about everyone else in the room, and so I feel the need to step in to keep it from touching other people. So maybe it's more of a protective motive.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. And control is not a bad thing. This is the other thing I'm realizing. Okay. Because control is not a bad thing. We're human beings. We were created to make beauty. We were created to bring order to chaos, I believe. So that does involve a little bit of control, but it can become too much at times.
But when I'm trying to control you and make you do what I want you to do, not recommended.
No.
Not recommended.
No, and vice versa. I shouldn't do it to you either.
I won't be contained. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Like, when does being controlling, when is that a helpful trait, though, for you?
I think being self-controlled in the sense that I don't say whatever I want.
Yeah, that's sometimes a good thing.
I control my body so that I'm not committing murder.
You're such a great human.
I'm such a great human.
Oh my gosh, you are such a great human.
I've not murdered with my body, bad thoughts with my mind.
Sure.
So I think self-control, I'm really, the only person we can control is ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And even that can be hard sometimes.
It's dang
even
impossible.
that I fail at. So I think when things are, what was the question?
When is control like a good thing for you?
Yeah. I think it's when we are experiencing chaos, calmly, okay, what am I in control of? Whether it's what self-care,
Mm-hmm.
what healthy things can I do, but I maybe can't control how this person is acting or what's happening with the government or what's happening with the finances, because that can just seem so out of control versus, okay, what things am I able to have autonomy over?
Yeah.
And it's complicated.
Well, I think that part of it is that good control is you acting in such a way that helps you flourish in a good way, and also any kind of control that you, when you're in charge of other people, obviously not just like
I want to control,
contributes to the life of other people. That's when I feel like control.
If you're a supervisor,
that kind of thing.
And you are responsible.
Right. Because gardeners, I mean, they do have charge over the garden, right? But and they can plant it, they can't make it grow, but they can act in such a way that growth can happen. Stewarding, exactly.
Stewarding, facilitating versus this controlling.
Exactly.
It should, love should be the result.
Love should be the result. Yeah, when control is all about self-protection,
power, domination,
being right, then it's usually moving in the unhealthy side, yeah, I would say.
I would say.
Yeah. But I think there's another piece here is that there's our tendency to control, and then there's our being controlled. Totally. And we've all had somebody in our life who's been too controlling of us. It could have been an authority figure, but there are times where someone else's chaos or our perceived dysfunction, we allow to have control over our life. Meaning that, or if, like, for example,
give us an example.
If someone wants to have a meeting with me and they're not going to tell me what it's about and I have to wait a certain number of days, that fear can control how I live the rest of my days leading up to that meeting.
It takes away, or you relinquish
Right. I give my power away to this imagined situation or this dysfunctional person. And it can become something where I can't be creative. I can't do this thing. I can't do that thing. I can't really fully be at ease because this thing is not resolved. Therefore, it has control over me. So let's think about control as it relates to creativity. When is control a good thing in creativity?
I'll give you good and not good.
Okay, good and not good. Two things.
I can be very chaotic and work on 10,000 things and have so many ideas. So when I limit myself to some specific colors or one thing, it helps to focus me and narrow me.
Nice.
But it can be bad when I have no fun and there is no play.
You said that very seriously.
Well, I don't have my rabbit cane on me now, do I? That's why I have my hat and my cane for when I need to play.
That's true. Hey, maybe
I'm almost 42, okay? I'm aware of this. I'm aware of the disconnect here.
No, it's wonderful. I love it. Yeah, I think that for me, in a good way, control has been learning to practice my instruments, learning to practice songwriting. I think that I've been so scared of writing a bad song that I don't write songs.
Write some doozies.
Because I want to wait till I know that it's going to be good or that it really just starts flowing right away. But when I'm out of practice, it doesn't happen. So I've started.
It's not magic.
I know. I've given myself permission to I'm going to write. And if it's bad, that's okay. It's really okay. A great book for that is a songwriting book by Jeff Tweedy, who is
lead singer of Wilco.
Wilco. Their new album is fantastic. You should just go listen to it. And you should also read the book. But he gave like a glimpse into his songwriting schedule, and I was pretty inspired. So I've slowly been trying to incorporate regular writing, those kind of things. I think where control can be bad is, I think you named it really well, but I think in a group setting, right? If you're doing a group project or you're in a band or you're in a creative whatever cohort and you're supposed to be doing the project together, even if you are the leader, sometimes if you have such a staunch vision that there's no room for other people to
give input and feedback, that can be very crushing. It's good on the front end to know what the project is, what's the purpose of the group, because if it's not clear, then that can be really difficult and people will either retreat or control.
Someone else will try to take over.
Right. So it's good up front if there's an understanding of that particular project, etc.
Yeah. And that's hard because like musicians and creatives, you think uniquely, and then putting a bunch of unique thinkers into a room together, that can be beautiful, or it can be YouTube worthy to watch. I don't know.
Especially when everyone is just as passionate about their idea.
And it's
we
all
watch
personal.
reality television and cooking
personal.
shows and teams for a reason because, you know, we see these intense people with intense vision, but when they're put in a team together,
it's true.
It can be a mess. So keeping oneself controlled first.
Yep. Well, and I'll say our band is super self-aware people.
Cool.
We love them.
Awesome.
They're great, and they're all extremely uniquely creative. So, while at times it can be painful to change what you're doing because your brain has like hardwired this is the way it has to be.
This is how it should be.
But it's okay for that to get broken, and so go cry to yourself for a little bit and come back. Yeah, there's been plenty of times where I've had an arrangement idea for a song, and one of my other band members will have a really good suggestion. Well, I'm thinking one of the songs on our new album, it's called Compass On, and I didn't write it, you wrote it. But Ryan had this great idea, like, what if we made it a major key? And all of a sudden my brain was like, I don't play in a major key. What do I do? But I was like, okay, I can try it.
being open to ideas and edits.
Oh, yeah. And
editing is not death.
editing
So
is not
tell
death. And
yourself
editing
this.
doesn't mean you were doing it wrong.
No.
Okay. But yeah, we changed that, and I love how it's sounding now. So our bandmates are just awesome. They're awesome. And it's good to not be controlling with awesome people. So anyway, yeah. What are some...
Not to be controlling or anything, but
What are
we're
some
running
prompts?
low on our battery.
Yeah, so what are some prompts?
So art prompts would be spend some time really journaling through when you feel controlled and when you feel other people's chaos. When are you tempted to try to control other people? And where do you maybe need to have a little bit more self-control, discipline in your own life? So just spending some time journaling about that. I had another one, and now I forgot what it was. What was it? I told you earlier.
I don't remember.
Do the thing where, like, let's say you paint, where you limit yourself, and then do the opposite where you have no limitations and you just...
If you're a songwriter, here's one. There are apps with spinning wheels.
Oh, yeah,
on
the
them.
picker wheel.
Picker wheels.
Yeah.
And like, write down a bunch of songwriting prompts on one. And then write, if you play multiple instruments, write those instruments down and spin them. And whatever they land on, try to create from there. It's like controlled chaos.
Yeah. It's the illusion of control.
Yeah. So the song I'm going to do is a song.
I'm not participating in the music this week.
This week. Is was a poem written by a hymn writer named William Cowper, and it's called "God Moves in a Mysterious Way." And the lyrics are really wonderful, and I kind of came up with my own little melody and arrangement to it. So hope you enjoy that. We love you. Thanks again to our patrons who support us each month. Thank you. And we will see you soon. God moves in a mysterious way, his wonders to perform. He plants his footsteps in the sea and rides upon the storm. Deep in unfathomable minds of never-failing skill, he treasures up his bright designs and works his sovereign will. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds ye so much dread are big with mercy, and they shall break in blessings on your head. Judge not the Lord by feeble sense, but trust him for his grace. Behind life's frown and providence, he hides a smiling face. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds ye so much dread are big with mercy, and they shall break in blessings on your head, in blessings on your head. God moves in a mysterious way, His wonders to perform. He plants His footsteps in the sea and rides upon the storm.